Scream on my mind cause I miss you so bad. Eventually I'll get over you. Hit up the mall.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Sequoia, and today I am back with another video. Today is going to be all about this glamorous cut crease eye lituation that we got going on here, plus just some quick tips and tricks that you guys can do to help succeed in this cut crease. So before we get into it, make sure you guys like, subscribe, tell me what you think about this video. What tips or tricks do you guys use? What's your favorite palette to use or your favorite brushes to cut your crease? And let me know what you guys think. All right, so without further ado, let's get into our video. Brought to you by Agua de Coco. Just kidding. So let's get into this. Funny story, I just literally did this eye and I thought I was recording and I wasn't. So we're gonna work on this eye. Let's try this again. So the palette we're going to be using first is our Tarte Face Shaping Clay Play palette. That is a mouthful. Try saying that 5 times. And what this palette is, it's brand new. I just got it yesterday in BoxyCharm's September box. It is a beautiful palette full of neutral colors. I feel like for all my beginners of eyeshadows and blending, this would be an ideal palette for you guys, just because it's not an overwhelming palette. Overwhelming, I mean, it's full of color, a lot going on in the palette. It's all neutrals and they all complement each other in a way as to where I know they're all gonna transition into each other very nicely. So it's a very nice beginner palette, I would say, to work with. So let me just go ahead and do this eye on camera, and let's get started. So I'm using the Jeffree Star JS9 brush, and it is tapered at the top and fluffy. So we're gonna use that. So I'm just gonna dip into this light brown shade right here. We're just gonna go ahead and work that into our crease. Dipping in, tap off your excess, and work it into the crease. So I have hooded eyes, as you can see. What you want to do is just, go in lightly. You can always start small and build up in more color if you need. It's better to add, a little at a time than put in too much and try and find out all the different ways to take it off. Just go in small circular motions to evenly spread out that color how you want it on your lid. And you can go in and add more as you feel necessary. This is a real hair brush, it's not synthetic, although his line does have some synthetic brushes in it. This one is a real hair one. It's very soft. So let's go in with the lighter color. So I'm just gonna use this JS8 brush, also from Jeffree Star's collection. And this is the Drama Crease brush. So this is also a crease brush, but I like that it's fluffy. So I'm gonna use it to blend out the top of that. So I'm gonna use this really light brown color here to blend out the top. And again, light circular motions. We're just blending out the top. Make sure there's no harsh lines. All right, I like. So now let's deepen up our crease. All right, so we're just gonna use this Moda brush that I also got in my BoxyCharm for the month of September. It's a little bit like the first one we used, but it's smaller and I feel like I can control more of the area I'm putting the eyeshadow in. And right now we're just gonna go ahead and deepen up our crease before we cut it. So back into, the same palette, I'm going to use a darker brown. All right, so dip into that, tap off your excess, and being that I have hooded eyes, so if I look up, you can see the hood here. I know that I have to apply my eyeshadow above my hood, just so when I go to cut my crease, you can see the transition of, you know, like where I cut my crease and the color. So we're just gonna deepen up this area right here. So like literally above like that last line, like that line right there, we're gonna put it just above it and make sure it's dark enough. So we wanna go right in here. And this is just gonna kind of set the line so I know exactly where I'm cutting it. A quick trick I want to tell you guys, if you're somebody like me who has hooded eyes and for whatever reason, you know, things happen, you don't put the darker color enough up above your hood, no worries, because I'm going to show you a trick at the end on how to fix that. What I went ahead and did, if you can see, I didn't blend out the brown all the way and I put a little bit too much on this one. I want to show you guys a trick in case, you know, you mess up, being that, you know, we're beginners and we're learning. So our same fluffy brush, right? You just want to go in with the whatever lighter transition shade, you know, that we used up here. Just go in and kind of fluff it out, just blend it out. And doing this also is going to take away the harsh line of the darker color. Don't forget, we're going to cut the crease as well, so all this right here it's not going to matter. And if you can see, like, it's getting a little bit softer, it's not as hard, but I made sure to pack that darker color on in the crease just because we're gonna cut it. Okay, so now for the fun part, we're gonna cut our crease. So what I did is I took a little bit of my NARS concealer in the shade Custard, and I put a little bit of that on the back of my hand, and we're gonna go in with this, I don't know, it's a Luxie 245 small shader. It's a flat brush, if you can see that, real thin and precise. I really like this brush because it's like thin at the top, and when I go to dip this in the concealer, it's gonna really cut that crease. So just dip it in. Make sure it's nice and angled at a point, and it's super thin. I don't know if you guys can see that. Super thin, that's a point. That's really gonna cut the crease. So here we go. So the first thing you're gonna do is add some right here, right? Again, I have hooded eyes, so I have to do this just so I make sure I get all of my hood, because if you miss it, you're gonna mess up. So the trick is to put enough concealer here, right? Hold your head regular and just look up. And if you can see, it's transferring to the top of that hood. So just pack it on there. Look up, hold your head, just look up. And that's gonna tell you where you need to cut your crease. So I'm just gonna go in, start from the corner of my eye. So right here in this corner, I'm gonna start a little bit above it so I can add, you know, my inner tear duct highlight when we complete this look. Put a little space in there and just cut. Having a liquid concealer helps. Just like so. Bring it down. Okay, so this is how we're looking right now. Cutting the crease is not something that's necessarily easy, but like babies, you know, when they're starting to walk, they're gonna fall down a couple of times before they get the hang of it. So don't think you're gonna go try this the first time and it's not gonna happen on the first go around. You have to keep practicing and, you know, finding your feel of how to cut your crease before you can get a really good cut crease. Practice makes perfect. Some helpful tips, I like to do this and hold a mirror up like this to make sure it's even, and you can kind of see if your base is even. See, your base is even, if the cutness is, you know, the same shape as the other, and you know, just little helpful things. You know, take your time, go slow, find your liking, find what you like. So now that I've cut the crease, you can see this starting to actually crease. We're just gonna blend it out a bit with this beauty blender. And now for the moment of truth, I'm going to be using this Pure Festival palette. I also got this in a boxy. I love BoxyCharm. I'm gonna link their you know, link below in case you guys want to check them out. It's a bomb subscription. 4 to 5 full-size products for $21 every month, and they give you some great stuff, full size. So we're gonna use our Jeffree Star JS10, and this is the Diva Crease brush. This is small though, kind of similar to the brush we used to cut the crease, but definitely thicker and shorter, like more control of the brush. It's a good packing brush. I don't know if I should spray my brush first before I pack this. Let's see how it goes. So this is what the palette looks like, by the way. Boom, all of this life. This is the shade we're gonna be using right here. This is what we're gonna be packing onto our crease. So I'm gonna just test it out the first time to see if I need to wet my brush or if it's going to allow me to just slap it on there dry. So, all right. Oh my gosh. Do y'all see that? That is beautiful. Okay, yeah, I'm liking this. This is packing on just fine. Okay, so yeah, no worries. We're gonna go in with the smaller brush to get closer up to the line. We just, you know, doing the basics right now. So we're gonna take the glitter to about right here, and you don't have to worry about getting it to your lines. I'm gonna add eyeliner, so that'll be covered. You're just gonna take it to right about here. Let's do the other eye. This is so pretty. Oh my gosh. This is the Jeffree Star JS14 Happy Ending Liner Brush. This is a liner brush, I could have told you that. So we're just gonna use it in the same gold color we've been using and try to use it to fill in just close to that line we cut. And this is actually working really well, so that's good. So that's that. Look how pretty. Loving it. Loving. I'm gonna use that fluffy brush I used before in that transition color and use a darker shade. We're gonna go ahead and kind of do a little thing. So I'm gonna use the same brown shade from that Tarte palette. This one, Ember it's called. Excess. I'm kind of just going with it here on the outskirts. And I'm probably going more with some glitter and kind of blend that out. No worries, we gonna fix all that. So we're just gonna kind of feather it out, just very softly, you know? Brush I packed with has a little bit of glitter on it. Just wipe it off, and I'm gonna kind of just pack it. Blend it out a little bit. I actually like this dark brown in this palette. It's darker than the one in the Tarte palette, so I'm gonna use that, and I'm gonna just pack that right and pop it into that corner. So that fluffy brush we were using was too much for me, so let's try this. I also got this brush from Boxy. I don't know what it's called, what brand it is. Oh wait, no, this is another Luxie brush too. Okay, so this is a Luxie brush 121 mini tapered. I do like this brush. I use this in my crease, like so. Do the other eye. Pat, just so you get the depth in the corner. And then bring it up. pat. So we're just going back into that brown shade and just kind of feathering it out into the dark brown shade we just laid. Now, moment of truth. Remember how I told you guys if you didn't darken up here enough with your dark brown, how you could go back in and fix it? Same one we used to fix the glitter up here, we can use that one. It's the same thing. So I'm just wiping off the glitter. Now that dark brown, you want to use a small brush like this, just so you can get in that small area up here. You're gonna dip, we're in our Tarte palette, into this dark brown here, very gently. See, I got too much, and it's too small to tap off the excess, so you can either dabble it on the back of your hand or on a napkin, just so you don't have too much, and you're just gonna go like this, right above where you cut the crease. And this is just gonna add more depth and fill in with color anywhere you mixed. And just go in. This is so pretty. See, and it's a little bit darker here. You see that? That's really, really pretty. So now that we got those vibes going, look how perfect that is. I'm going to go do my foundation and the rest of my face, and I'm gonna come back and we're gonna finish up the eye. And we are back. I did the rest of my face. Everything is looking like dipstick on some falsies. I didn't want to do too much. I didn't want to take away my eye look by hiding behind some minks. So I just used these Salon Perfect Silk Noir Luxurious Layered Volume in the shade 652. I really like these wispy lashes. That's my style. But anyways, so that's that. Found my favorite Morphe brush, M321, and we are going to finish up this bottom piece here. So what I like to do is go in with a darker brown on the outer parts of my eyes and bring it in light on the inside. So we're gonna start off with the lighter shade first and then use the same brush for the darker shade. So just same two palettes, Tarte, we're using this brown here, and I'm going to tap that on my Morphe brush, excess, and start working that in the inner part of my eye, not necessarily here, but here. This one, we're gonna use that dark brown shade there and put that on the outer part over here. Ooh. Blend that out. I like to always blend my, I forgot to tap off the excess. I like to bring my brown darker shadows into my shadow situation. I mean my eyeliner situation here. When I add darker colors to the outer part of my eye, it elongates them and makes them look wider than what they are. I wonder what lip I'm gonna do. I have this big bag full of lip colors. Highlight, lips, and brushes are my favorite makeup essentials. And because I'm extra, I'm just gonna go back in one more time, a little bit more here. Voila. We're gonna go ahead and add some mascara to the bottom. All right, let's wrap this up. So I finished with my mascara. I'm just gonna go in with this e.l.f. concealer brush. It's a really small brush. I just use this to go ahead and do the inner tear ducts. I'm just gonna spray it with some setting spray. I said I wasn't gonna bring out my palettes because I always use this palette, but I couldn't help it. This is my favorite palette, my Urban Decay Born to Run. So I'm just gonna go into the shade Breakaway. This shade right here. Look how pretty this palette is. It's my favorite palette. I'm gonna just use this light glittery shade here. It's nothing serious. And the setting spray is just gonna make the color pop more. So we're just gonna add that right in here. And that's that. That's the last bit. All right, so let's do a lip. my prized possession. I love lips. I don't know what I should do. I'm feeling something, again, simple, because I don't want to take away from the glittery situation we have here. So I'm just probably going to do something really neutral. Save the good stuff for another video. So I'm just going to take this MAC Cream Sheen Shanghai Spice. Nothing, it's like a simple pink. And I'm going to take this Bodycology lip pencil in the shade Timber, just a quick around the mouth kind of. I'm not gonna make it too dark, just all right. So that is it. I reset my face one more. You guys, this look is look at my eyebrows. Usually whenever I'm about to film, my eyebrows want to act up and not come out good, but today they cooperated. So and that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.